And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Court Time Sports Complex in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, it is time for your IWC No Excuses 2012 main event of the evening. It is a singles contest scheduled for one fall with a 1 hour time limit. Your referee in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, senior official, Mr. Troy Davis. And it is for the IWC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first the challenger to my left. He weighs in at 225 pounds, wrestling out of Albany, New York, wearing purple with neon trim. He is the Party Peacock, Dalton Castle. And his opponent in the corner to my right. He weighs in at 220 pounds, wrestling out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is the elite athlete, the front man, the heavy metal Jesus, your reigning and defending IWC Heavyweight Champion of the World, Logan Shulo.
Well, Logan proudly displays the prize. That was a career in the making for the heavy metal Jesus, but as his time at the top continues to turn, it just gets more and more difficult to stay there.
And honestly, that is what separates the people who hold championships from champions. It's not can you get the belt, it's how long can you hold the belt.
Well, there's another sign of a true champion, respect. These men are not, they're not heated rivals, this is not a blood feud. But we will see a great athletic contest between two men who are truly deserving of the honor.
It's not a blood feud, but it's a gold feud. And that can be just as violent.
Well, we certainly will look for this to escalate as tempers flare and as the competitive spirit heightens. Both men attempt to feel one another out early. This is the first time, to my knowledge, that Shulo and Castle have ever crossed paths inside of a ring.
Yeah, as far as I know, that is correct, although you are the research end of things here.
And I don't think Shulo and Castle are used to meeting an individual who matches up with themselves quite so evenly.
That's true. Both well put together, strong upper bodies, approximately the same height. I think Logan Shulo slightly taller.
Well,
I would say if there's one thing Logan Shulo's missing in his arsenal, it's that peacock scream that Dalton Castle does.
well, certainly in one way or another that helps Castle. He's gotten a great fan following from it. Certainly helps fuels his confidence.
Have you ever had him do that at you?
Well, he has sat here on numerous occasions and been rather loud and boisterous, but I don't think he's ever actually cawed in my face. No.
Yeah, it takes you back. It sort of gives you pause, and sometimes all you need is a moment of distraction in the ring, and it's good to have that in your back pocket, knowing that if you need to stop someone, slow someone down, just scream out a caw. And I'm not going to try and do it here because I'll just make it sound way more manly than it should. So
Castle, of course, also claims the peacock a direct descendant of the velociraptor.
That's absolutely accurate. I checked.
And claims that's why he, as a peacock, is the most dangerous animal in the world. Well, Castle tried to fight out. Shulo goes electric chair to powerbomb. He's finished off the vast majority of his matches that way. Castle knows that.
Oh!
Wriggled free.
Lands on his feet out of that hip toss. That was some Matrix stuff there.
A great back and forth wrestling here. Castle with the Hurricane Rana, the deep arm drag. Castle is an NCAA caliber wrestler as well as a professional wrestler. He has all the tools. He's got the goods. He knows his stuff. Of course, sometimes that takes a back seat to his showmanship side. But when
It's a mistake to have that happen, though. Absolutely a mistake. Good. Put all the screams and the headdresses and the bright colors aside. What you have is a solid, fundamental wrestler who knows what he's doing in that ring. And the one thing he wants more than anything else is for you to be distracted by the fact that he's a charismatic milkshake.
Well, that certainly is a rather distracting assessment. Shulo sends Castle in. Castle, being perhaps a hair shorter and a hair lighter, may want to use that quickness. But that difference may be negligible here. Shulo with a huge foot. Castle hits hard, and I'm not sure if it was the momentum or the instincts that put him over on his stomach, but we got a cover for 2.
Shulo smart, staying on top of Castle. You don't want to peacock. I don't think peacocks can fly so much, can they? As they just sort of flap and like hover a little bit.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Well, still, he's grounded. That's the point.
Well, another cover here off the suplex, textbook style by Shulo, showing that he will not be outmatched or outperformed on the technical side of things.
Doesn't matter how big you are, if you're laying down, you can't use that power. At least not as effectively as if you were on your feet. Shulo has been trying to keep him off his feet, and Castle finally up, backs him back to a corner.
It's the proverbial human game of chess right now between these two men to try to find an opening, create a weakness, break through the enemy's guard. And Shulo sends Castle for the ride, but check out the agility of Castle, who slips it up and over the ropes. And could be time for that peacock to fly. Shulo meets Castle down.
5 minutes gone by in this contest. 5
The
minutes.
fist to the midsection, and Shulo feeling the effects, or rather Castle, as Shulo measures him.
I want to say smart by Shulo there. Did not wait for Castle to turn around. Saw he was heading toward the corner. Charged in, got a splash. Blocked the kick.
Yeah, counter. Shulo able to scoop Castle up. And Castle elevated over top.
I was wondering if we were going to see a Boston Crab there, but no, he just launched him over the top rope.
From over that top rope to the arena floor, it's got to be 10 or 12 feet.
And as I stated, peacocks can't fly.
Not under conventional means, that's for sure. And Shulo, well, there's that respect. There's that championship attitude helping, or at least attempting to help Dalton Castle back into the ring. But
Offering.
Dalton Castle, hands on his hips, maybe a little frustrated right now. Again, Castle's worked 1.5 years for this opportunity.
True.
This is not going to be all rainbows and butterflies here. Tempers will flare. And Farnsworth, would you give a decisive advantage to any one man thus far?
No. Can't say I would. I feel it's been pretty even. I think that Shulo has a little more power. I think that Dalton Castle, on the other hand, has a little more cunning. I think if it comes down to a mind game, Castle's got it won. No disrespect to the current champ. But I think if Castle tries to go power to power against Logan Shulo, he's going to lose.
All right, now it's Shulo still ahead of the game. Again, trapping and grounding Dalton Castle. And this is, again, a type of match you wouldn't expect either of these men to have, but they're outside of their comfort zone, almost facing a mirror image of one another. What it's going to come down to is who can dig down deeper in their bag of tricks, who can pull out something effective and devastating outside of their normal repertoire.
Ooh, and Castle throwing a couple punches there. Don't normally see him as much of a striker.
And Shulo elevates Castle hard. You can never dismiss that power of the man that's been dubbed Heavy Metal Jesus. Certainly Shulo very active in his rock band outside of the ring, helped giving him the confidence to attain the IWC title, but look at this. Both men fall awkwardly. Dalton hangs on, and Shulo hit his head.
It looked like Shulo was going to try and dump Castle out again, and Castle just sort of caught his head and pulled him over with him, and then landed on the apron and just dumped him to the floor. Like I said, he has cunning. He has a battle plan.
And Dalton fires away, keeping Shulo out of the ring. As Dalton Castle, the ring is his domain right now. And Shulo pulls Dalton to the outside, and this matchup may be beginning to open up a little bit. I think handshakes and holding the ropes may be a thing of the past.
You can be respectful, you can be nice all you want. At the end of the day, you still got to beat a man to keep hold of that title.
And Dalton responding in kind, this resembling more of a brawl than an athletic contest.
Well, to be fair, Shulo yanked him out by 1 foot. That could have been a really terrible tear with his what am I looking for? Achilles.
That was a great counter by Dalton a moment ago to try to swing through the ropes, but Shulo again caught it, saw it coming. Dalton did not have that overpowering mass over Shulo like he does so many of his other opponents. And Shulo sending Dalton back in.
Looking for a hip toss.
And that's a perfect display of the even keel that this matchup has demonstrated, as Shulo back to grounding Dalton Castle once again and trying to think ahead.
I don't know that Castle's run into as many men as big as Heavy Metal Jesus here in IWC. I don't know that he's actually gotten challenged as much by big men like Logan Shulo. True, he beat Ray Rowe, but you know, when you face Ray Rowe, you just accept you're probably going to be the smaller man.
Ray Rowe is a lot of tendon strength. He's not necessarily overwhelming height, overwhelming weight. He's overwhelmingly strong, and he's overwhelmingly ruthless. But certainly, Rowe and Shulo are vastly different body types.
Very true.
And Castle able to break the grasp of Shulo, send him back into the corner.
Open-handed chop to the chest.
And I don't think we've really gotten a clear-cut advantage here out of either man this deep into this IWC chip. Oh, Dalton landed on that knee awkwardly, went to spring off the ropes, and that may be that one weakness we've been looking for this entire match.
You have to believe Dalton is kicking himself right now. Working 18 months to get this opportunity and then blowing your knee out with a flat.
Oh, maybe he didn't!
Not kicking himself. Apparently just kicking Logan Shulo.
Well, you talked earlier about who's got the psychological advantage. I think Dalton just proved your point.
Cunning. Oh, a nice toss.
And Dalton feeling the momentum and certainly feeling no pain in the knee. Cover no. Only a count of 1. Let's make note of that this deep in the matchup. Only a 1 count.
Only a 1 count, but it gets Dalton some important offense in, and it puts him back on top of Logan Shulo, which is where he wants to be.
And now it's Dalton's turn to ground Shulo, much adversely to what we've seen thus far with these two athletes. Logan has just been riding over top of Castle with headlocks, chinlocks, all throughout, because I think Dalton probably the most explosive of the two offensively. But now Dalton, I believe, looking for more of an endurance gain here. He can sense that Logan nowhere near softened up and up to defeat. He's going to sap that life out of him as best he can.
Yeah, try and use the size against him.
And notice Shulo quicken the pace, sent into the ropes, and Dalton right back down with a just deep arm drag. And when you're running on top of that, that just wrenches the arm and shoulder that much further in a direction that it is instinctively not going in.
Yeah, you're working against the common motion of that joint, and it just tears and pulls. Couple of hammer blows to the back and to the head there.
And a handful of hair by Castle. This is getting a little bit nasty. Not that we didn't expect it. Castle drives Shulo down with the backbreaker. And notice did not go for the cover. Castle knows that there's a multi-step plan in place right now. And just digging the knee into the back and stretching away. Almost a bow and arrow type maneuver.
Oh.
Step over toe hold. Gonna elevate Shulo. Can he get the big man up? Got it. And Shulo in trouble. No, shifts the weight on top of Castle. Got it. No.
Castle reacted well, up to his feet immediately. Met Shulo with a drop kick. When that pin, when you find yourself getting pinned, your immediate instinct is get up, and that's exactly what Dalton Castle did. Got himself out from under Logan Shulo and popped up to his feet.
Really a game of inches between these two guys. Just that one subtle shift of weight by Logan Shulo was enough to nearly turn the tides around and end this contest. Going back to the fact that these men just have a tougher time overpowering one another than they normally would.
Very true.
And that's why we're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of wear-down holds. Because this is, again, neither man in his element.
I'm agreeing with you a lot here, Joe. I don't feel good about this.
I apologize.
You're making a lot of sense.
We'll have to go back and watch the first segment after this DVD concludes. And Dalton misses the charge in the corner.
Face right into that turnbuckle.
Shulo with momentum to release. German suplex. Right on the head and neck, compressed vertebrae personified. And now is the gut check. Who can push themselves to get back to their feet first? This could be a major deciding point in this title bout.
Shulo just tossed him. Dalton's up first.
Dalton can feel the momentum, but the instincts brought him up, but Shulo's strikes brought him back down. Shulo with a slam, the cover. Near fall.
It was almost like he was testing him on that one. He didn't really pull the weight up over his shoulder. I think he just wanted to see how much gas was in the tank, so to speak.
Well, Shulo maybe setting Castle up here. Powerbomb position. It's not out of the electric chair, but Shulo improvising because of the bigger opponent.
Oh. Right to the jaw.
Yeah, again, Castle having things scouted. Ooh, the knee strike. What's the follow through? Don't waste any time, Dalton.
This is a mistake. Don't pander to these idiots. Stay on the champ.
Went for the knee again, and nobody home. Dalton to the outside.
Shulo didn't so much dodge that as just collapse out of the way. He's still. I don't think he was quite up to his feet yet.
I believe we're north of 15 minutes or so in this matchup, and Logan Shulo and Dalton Castle really don't have matches that go this long this often, but we're seeing it right now firsthand.
Dalton,
jeez,
tried to get out of the way, turned around and got what would you put that at, a size 13 in his face?
Yeah, just reckless abandon off of that ring apron. Shulo risking his own body to plant one right in the mush of Castle.
You know how when someone tries to kick you, you maybe try and get a hand up to, not get kicked. That didn't happen.
Nothing doing.
No. He turned, he barely, I don't even know if he got the thought registered before he got to taste soul there.
And Logan Shulo knows that. Dalton is dazed. He's stunned. He may not be aware of what hit him. And Shulo now set to scale the ropes. And Dalton with an amazing vertical leap, the drop kick.
Actually drop kicked up as opposed to level on that one.
And it's Dalton with amazing quickness onto the top turnbuckle. High risk suplex coming up. Can Shulo fight his way free? Oh, that got tripped up. And that's prime position for Shulo. We've seen him utilize this maneuver before. If Dalton can stay down, that is, but he's not.
Dalton's trying to figure out how to fight out from that position. And the sad truth is there isn't a way to do it. You just have to try and drop out and roll out and get out.
Yeah, we saw Facade found an innovative way earlier, but this is even more lethal. Shulo's double stomp has gotten a lot done. Shulo trying to trying to pull Castle
By
up.
the beard.
There was nothing else to grab onto. No shirt, so he goes for the face.
I think he has his ears at the moment.
Oh my lord. Shulo.
Not where Castle wants to be.
Oh! Amazing agility to get his balance and drive through. Dalton Castle can't have anything left.
He is slow to get to his feet. His instincts of get up right now are trying to fight through the haze that's going through his brain.
Here we go. I think Logan Shulo going to set up electric chair. If he can turn in midair, hit that power bomb, this match is over, and Castle knows that as well. Just fighting to get to the salvation of the ropes. A duck, and Shulo meets Castle coming in. Shulo is a step quicker, maybe half a step quicker at this point, but it's all he needs.
The one thing that is an advantage to Dalton Castle there was he was outside of the ring. Now he's back in.
Well, but Shulo still getting the better of things. Up and over, Castle. Castle catches Shulo in midair. Down with a face plant. Castle's got this thing.
Oh!
The deadlift into the German. New champion. Got it now.
I am shocked that Dalton Castle still had enough reserve in the tank to deadlift Logan Shulo. That is not a sack of potatoes there. That's about 5-6 sacks of potatoes there.
And you can see the desperation, the emotion, the frustration on the face of Dalton Castle.
The belt is his to take. It's just, does he have enough in him to take it? This match has been violent and difficult for Dalton Castle. Oh, into almost a Steiner recliner? Would you call that a Steiner recliner?
I would. It's like a camel clutch, but with that extra torque that Steiner puts on it. Look how far. Dalton Castle's leaning back. Then, oh my God, Logan Shulo went to counter by pushing forward. Contact accidentally made with the official.
Castle just headbutted the ref.
Yeah, that was completely inadvertent.
Which ref is that?
That's senior referee Troy Davis who's down.
That's Troy Davis.
And Dalton Castle and Logan Shulo have no law here with the IWC title at stake. And what is Dalton motioning for? The turnbuckle again? But wait a second. What? That's McChesney!
Did you hear that? Thwack.
What the hell did he have?
I think that's a shoe. I think he just cracked him over the head with his loafer. Oh my. Yeah, look, he's putting his shoe back on.
And what is that about? You aren't getting a title shot till Justin Idol gets beaten, pal. And Shulo, with that amazing vertical leap, the Hurricane Rana. Does Shulo realize what happened?
I think he sees McChesney. I don't know that he registered what happened there.
He's just now noticed McChesney. Castle is hurt here. He took a shoe to the head. Shulo's Hurricane Rana. And everybody's down but the champion.
I couldn't quite hear. McChesney was saying something, but I'm not sure what he was saying there. I think Logan Shulo smells something rotten, but at the same time, it's not like you stop the match because you think something might have happened.
No, you can't do that at all. It's too risky.
Yep.
And Shulo going for that powerbomb now. Again, couldn't hold it. Castle reverses. Castle! No! How close can you get, man, after all he's been through?
Boot right to the jaw. Oh, he has him up!
And Shulo, electric chair, powerbomb! Got him this time! Got him this time! Shulo retains the championship!
Here is your winner,